What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. So I have my buddy Chance again. We are here at Elite Tire Shop, and I'm pretty much getting my tires in my Corvette Z06 put on right now. So pretty much I was like, okay, well, what should I be doing right now that we have about 20-30 minutes? So I thought I'd go live for you guys. I really like this whole live thing because I get to interact with you guys. So let me go ahead and see if I can start pulling up the chat. I'm sure, I don't know if you want to pull up the chat should be right. Yeah, show.
Which one do you want? Just the regular TechBuds?
Yeah. Well, actually click on the video. So click on the video and then you should just mute it.
If you're self-employed, you're probably keeping track.
Hey, this ain't gonna work with both of them.
Oh, I can actually see their messages. So Eduardo Sorda says what's up, so I think it's gonna be popping up on the side. So huge shout out, thank you again so much for putting time aside. So this is gonna actually be today's helpful video, and pretty much what I'm gonna be talking about is that I want you guys to ask me any best practices, any questions, not just about penny stocks, because again, that's something that we talk about all the time, but about anything. So when it comes down to real estate investing in cars, or investing in any specific market, if you guys want me to, in a sense, give you some advice, then go ahead and let me know. So Riding with MG says, hi. All right, sorry about that. I was receiving a call and it actually canceled it out. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Start asking me some questions that you guys want me to go through. I'll start answering some frequently asked questions and then kind of go from there. So one of the biggest things is, how did I get started in real estate investing? And there was a comment in one of those videos, or let me answer this question real quick. Rise Above Media says, what type of real estate property do you look for? Condos, home, etc. One of the biggest things is I buy, in a sense, my investment properties around the ASU Polytechnic campus, and the reason I do that is to rent them out to students per room, and in doing so I collect a little bit more than the traditional way of renting it out for a household. And what I try to implement in my houses for Milky Assets is pretty much the like TechBud Solutions. I try to help them with their own startups. I try to help them any way that I can in funding their own business. And I try to provide like an entrepreneurial, in a sense, environment, and very welcoming environment for everyone. So it's not just do I focus on buying a specific house. If I see the potential, again, when it comes to like buying stocks, buying cars, if you guys know anything about me, I make sure that every time I buy anything that I'm buying it below market value. So with the two houses that I bought, I did end up buying them a little bit below market value. And then with that, it gives me some margin of profit. Right now I'm sitting on my first house a little bit close to almost $100,000 in appreciation based on when I originally bought it. And that's the whole idea. So the two houses that I currently own are single, detached homes, right? So they're single unit homes, and that's really just it. But I'd love to invest in duplicates. I'd love to invest in real estate as long as the value is there. Let me see, because some of the comments are actually coming in and out a lot quicker while I'm answering some questions. So I do apologize if you guys want to ask it again. I'll be sure to answer it. How do you manage your time? That was one of the biggest things when it comes to managing time, because of everything that I do. Oh, Rise Above says thank you, of course. That was one of the biggest things that in a sense acted as a restraint, right, with everything that I was doing. I love working. If anyone knows me, I try to work as much as I can when it comes to tech, but when it comes to every other company that I own, I love going to school, I love learning, so I love doing that. And then I love working in my traditional, I don't want to say 9-to-5 job, because now I've converted to part-time, but I love working there as well because I love that whole environment. But pretty much what it came down to is time management. My girlfriend really helped me out with that, especially because, again, having a girlfriend is like having a whole other job that I have to include every single day. And that, although that can be something that can be almost holding you back, definitely when you find that specific individual that's there and that supports you and actually builds that value when nothing else is there, I think that's really what separates someone from supporting you and actually holding you back. So I've been truly blessed to be in the current situation that I am, and I don't want to minimize that, but I try to take advantage of it as much as I can. So the way I look at it is my parents worked so hard to provide me a standard of living that was pretty much just an equilibrium, average, just middle U.S. American home. And then with that, I can build off of that and work as hard as I can so I can build a better foundation for my family and for my kids to come. And that's kind of how I look at it. What's that big, long question? It's like, I know you are more of a technical trader, but do you have any specific charts or patterns that you favor? Yeah, there are actually some patterns that I do take a look at. And our group actually did a very good job actually like showcasing what they actually are. There's a whole sheet, and I'm going to share that with the group. I do have the screenshots set for that, and then I'll be sharing that within the Tech With Solutions Facebook platform, and I'll be sharing it for you guys under files. So I'll try to post that up for today. And there's specific patterns that I really focus on when it comes to, like when it's like a double bottom and it either has to break it or make it. So there's just a series of in a sense, what is it that I want to say? In a sense, just trends, right? Or charts that I'm familiar with that I tend to focus on. But again, they do a very good job with elaborating on that. Do I have a real estate license? That's by Be Creative 12. I do not. That is something that I'm probably going to work on. Parish Glider or Gilder says, thanks, Ricky. Of course, man. Your girl is cool. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, she definitely is really cool. She says I actually spend too much time with you guys. But again, this is something that I love to do, so really do enjoy it. Go up a little bit. What is your part-time job? Well, I work for a technology company. I can't say based on my agreement with them, but I can't say where it is that I work. Do you own a duplex? I do not. That's by Writing MG. I do not own a duplex. Go down. There's something about a Tesla.
Yeah, it says Tesla hold or sell.
If you're talking about like the actual stock of Tesla, I think after they release certain reports of their actual sales on their Model 3, I think that could be a good indication on whether to hold or sell. With a technology company kind of like that, although it is an automotive company, a lot of it has to do with technology and the innovation that they've put out, being one of the building the fastest production car and stuff like that. So all those don't completely in a sense represent what the company stands for. I think those specific accomplishments are really going to take Tesla to the next level. And SpaceX, although being a specific company that is not directly correlated to Tesla, I think when that does well, since Elon Musk is one of the the CEO of that, then that can only lead to Tesla to directly in a sense benefit from that as well. So what is your degree? My degree at ASU Polytechnic is Technological Entrepreneurship and Management, and it's a business and engineering degree. So it's under the Fulton School of Engineering, and I believe under WP Carey. So it's a BS degree, Bachelor of Science. Parish Glider says you both look super cool. He got very discouraged because people were hitting on him when we went live in the morning for our recap. So go ahead and let me know. Start roasting Chance in the comments. Let's see what you guys can say.
Gonna bring that on me, huh?
Be Creative says you're such a great teacher. I appreciate it, man. And I'm really not in a sense like I really don't think that. Right, when it comes to teaching or anything like that, if you really think about what it is that I do, I'm not really teaching anyone anything. It's really, I'm just talking about my best practices and sharing my mistakes. And I think in doing so, overall with you guys learning and being exposed to such a new market, it only leads you guys to learn because of what it is that I'm doing. And that's the whole point I created this group, right? So I'm glad you guys are benefiting from it. I do want to, again, the link is provided for you down below if you guys want to join Tech But Solutions. But pretty much in that link, or once you get accepted into that Facebook platform, there's actually one of our members that actually within the past week started with like $1,000, I believe, and has been continuously bringing like 2.5% on average growth every single day, and he's done it with a cash account. And this is ideally what we're looking for this $1,000 challenge. From $1,000 to $20,000. You don't need to be trading every day. You don't need to have the largest account. It's that consistent, steady growth. When it compounds with one another, that's when you're going to see real growth in the long term. So.
There you go. What's a good first step to get into real estate?
I think Okay, that's actually a really good question. I was in a sense thrown into real estate because, like many of you, right? I think my cars and kind of like the stuff that I show off has been one of the reasons that you guys, clicked on my videos and clicked and viewed my profile, right? Although that was initially what motivated me. If you guys haven't seen that video, I started, saving money. I started working as hard as I could to buy my dream car, which was the GTR. Thanks to everything how it fell into place, I was going to buy the GTR. I told my dad about it. I told him that I wanted to buy a house here at near ASU, and again, we're from California. I told him, look, if I buy the GTR, can you help me if I can't afford the house? And he said, if you buy the GTR, I will not help you with anything. And I kind of took that to offense, but because of that thing that he told me, right, that in a sense a response, again, I was buying the GTR again by myself, but when it came down to it is, okay, he told me to buy the house first and then, do it, whatever it is that I want with it. And because I took that simple step of buying the house first, I ended up renting out 2 of the rooms, making the house in a sense pay for itself, and then again, me living in the master. So I created a business out of it, and then I bought the GTR like 3 months later. So in doing that, that's really what exposed me to this market of real estate. And I think the thing that I really want to focus on is we are going to be starting a real estate group within TechBud Solutions, or a subgroup. And what I want to focus on is just going, and reaching out to a real estate agent and just getting started and getting familiarizing yourself with real estate. Because I think the more you learn, the better that you'll do. So overall, when it comes down to, how is it that I get started? Well, first you jump on in, again, with no real risk. It's just time. Don't be scared to, dedicate numerous hours into learning the market and then going from there. But I think that's really the biggest thing. It's exposure and reaching out to people that are already in the market, as in, if you know real estate investors, link up with them. And I think this group is going to do a very good job in connecting you guys, as well as connecting you guys with real estate investors or real estate agents that can just expose you to, in a sense, this market of buying and selling homes. How many houses do I own? So I own 2. And I'm working on the 3rd one. I've been working on the 3rd one since like last year of August, but the market hasn't been doing so well according to, for my value proposition when it comes to actually buying the houses. They've been very inflated, so I haven't bought a house. Now we're actively looking again, so hopefully we can end up getting something soon. So Be Creative 12 says, I'm seeing growth finally. I'm really happy to hear that. So people are asking, will JDST continue to rise? I see by DeMarco Anderson is asking about with Trump's tax proposal, JDST or JNUG. You have to really see, a lot of people were investing in JNUG and took a really long time to actually, make their way to JDST. I think being quicker in understanding that JDST does well when our economy doesn't, JNUG does well when our economy doesn't, and JDST does well when our economy does. So understanding that if you see an upward trend with JDST and JNUG's going down and you're in JNUG, cut losses and jump into the other one. You have to react quick, and you have to understand, in a sense, why it's happening, why JDST is going up and why JNUG is going down. If you set up a plan and again you understand it, then being quick is realistically what will lead to being able to lock in 10-15% profit. I believe last week or 2 weeks ago, JDST was at $12.50, and all you guys were saying JDST is crap, it's going to the dumps, and now it's at $20. And I told you guys, look, $12.50 is like a steal, right, for JDST. But again, I'm not here to tell anyone what to trade. I'm pretty much just talking about what it is that I think, right? And I was able to ride it for quite a bit, and then it just continued to pump up from there. So now with JNUG being at almost an all-time low, is it always going to continue to see a downward trend? Well, probably not, based on its history, and we are going to see a bounce probably soon, but it's again identifying that bounce and then riding it up instead of trying to jump in on this downward trend.
I do trade.
Does your friend trade? Yeah, that's actually how I met him. He joined TechBud Solutions. He was like the first 10 or 20 people within TechBud Solutions.
Like first 6 to 8.
First 6 to 8, of course. Yeah, I think you actually, we did a chat through this like mic app and stuff like that, and it only fit 6 people. Then when I tried to do it the following week when we were at like 25, it couldn't support us. And now sitting at 12,600 people, I think they would have some trouble connecting all of us on a call. So.
Any potential swing trades?
I think Snapchat based on what I've seen, and there's actually one that I'm actually looking at, but I'll talk about that one later. Do you ever fix or flip foreclosed homes or run down houses? Actually, that's something that we've been looking at. We're trying to develop a business based on flipping homes, but we really don't think right now it's the specific market or the ideal market for it, because it's more of a seller's market based on, in a sense, the suggestions that I've been given. So that's really just that it's more of a seller's market. So you have to understand, if you're wanting to make profit, then you have to understand if it's at its resistance or it's at support. Right now our market's more at a resistance, so you have to identify that and be patient. Ricky, wish we could link up and bless me with your knowledge. I'm in Phoenix as well. Hit me up, send me a message through the group chat, through GroupMe, message me and where you're located. I really, for all those that are in the area or ever want to fly out here or ever want to meet up, I really don't have, I don't think that's a bad idea. I want to make sure that I can help out as many people as I can. I love meeting you guys. I have met up, random individuals within TechButt Solutions. But again, we're a team, we're a family, and I really want to make sure that you guys feel welcome. So message me if you guys are in the area or ever want to come out here. And I'd love to hang out with you guys. Just let me know ahead of time, because I am pretty busy. How much of your portfolio should you invest in penny stocks? It really comes down to how much you're willing to invest. So people always ask me, when I had over $30,000 in my brokerage account, why is it that I'd only risk $3,000 per trade? And it comes down to how experienced you are when becoming a trader, or when you are a trader. I thought $3,000 with a risk of 2.5%, cutting losses that way. I'm actually only risking about $75 to $100, and that's something that I'm okay with losing, right? If you're not okay with losing that every single day, then you shouldn't be investing that amount. And it really comes down to identifying your max loss, what that is, and then having your account correlate that to about 2.5%. Do you buy stocks post-market? Is that post-market? From time to time. You could do a seminar. I've thought about it. Right now, the seminar seems too official. For that, I really like the approach that we've been taking with TechButt Solutions, and it's more of a friendly, approachable, realistic, relationship with you guys. And I want to keep it that way. I want to stay away from all this jargon of, kind of how everyone else does it, because I really think that's what differentiates ourselves by, other people and us. Any other investment market you're interested in? I really if you guys know about any investment markets, feel free to let me know. I'm always willing to invest in anything as long as I understand it. So understanding my risk, managing risk, that's one of the biggest things for me. So feel free to let me know. Again, you can reach out to me. You can just DM me, right? All right, what's that comment?
Which one are you looking for?
Have you ever looked into the education taught by Mike Ross or Tim Sykes? Obviously, those are very popular and very common, in a sense, just platforms. It's up to you guys on what it is or who you choose to follow, right? I think you guys are on this video live watching my video for a specific reason. So I complete 100% appreciate that. But it really comes down to who it is that you can learn the most from, right? Because it all comes down to what it is that you take from that specific individual. If it's not me, then it shouldn't be me. But overall, follow who you think that you'll learn the most from, and that really comes down to who's gonna have the biggest impact in your life. If it's not me, then 100% don't follow me. But I think with everything that we have coming with the TechButt Solutions platform is probably one of, I can honestly say it's going to be one of the most powerful platforms out there, that we're really going to be able to pivot the market when it comes to trading penny stocks and investing, just because we're going to break the barrier of this gray area within TechButt, within trading penny stocks, and make it clear and simple for everyone to understand on whether it's a potential market for them to be in or not, right? Make an official TechButt Solutions Discord server, Ricky. That's by Hirsch TV. We're already going to be launching our TechButt Solutions platform, which will have an integrated group chat. So that's why we haven't done anything, but we've already talked about it before. So Eduardo Sordo says, is this platform going to be going to cost anything? GSV. When it comes to the actual TechButt Solutions platform, we will still be integrating a free group chat within TechButt Solutions. My favorite YouTuber. Who would you say is your favorite YouTuber?
I don't think I can say I have one favorite YouTuber.
No?
I can't narrow it down to just one.
I don't necessarily have a specific like YouTuber, because the people that I follow or that I look up to aren't really YouTubers, right? The people that I really like just learning from, again, it's about learning from the best to be the best, right? So I really like just watching videos on people that start businesses. It doesn't have to be like an uber successful business, but for an example, I love learning best practices and mistakes from like Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, from anyone really. It could be from Tim Sykes, it can be from a random individual that can just be talking about penny stocks that traded for the first time. I think the biggest thing is being open-minded, because not only the best of the best are going to teach you things, but you can really learn something from a new individual because of their just raw exposure to this group. So JSV is actually dropping. I keep getting the alerts. I remember, what does it say? The bottom.
I remember you saying something about cutting your losses in one video. What would you suggest cutting your losses for penny stocks over $30 that are pretty stable?
I think when, this is by Nick, so he says, when should you cut your losses when a penny stock is over $30? Well, that's more of, again, of a swing trade. So it really comes down to more of a percentage and how much you're willing to lose per trade, right? If you're risking $1,000, and regardless of what the price is, you should always have a max loss, meaning like, if it's $100, $150, $250, whatever it is, and then calculate that as a percentage, and then incorporate that into the stock that you're investing, and then figure out your stop loss, right? But it comes down to a percentage loss or a dollar amount. Do I like the Wolf of Wall Street movie? I mean, who doesn't, right? I love the whole the energy, right? But obviously that approach to penny stocks and stuff like that is really what created this gray area. So that's the only thing I don't like about it, but it's a movie, right? But I definitely like the energy and the actors and that whole lifestyle, right? But in no way is that something that I'd ever do anything like that.
What platform gives you the most detailed charts and up to date?
I like TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform. Do I like the show Shark Tank? I do, yeah. I used to watch it a lot. I don't watch too much TV anymore. ¿Hablas español, Ricky? I do speak Spanish. If you guys want to ask me any question in Spanish, I'll go ahead and answer it right now.
How does the personal day trader rule work in terms of scaling in and out of a stock?
So the PD2 rule means that when you go in and out of a stock within one day, it either means when you buy and sell a stock, or when you sell and buy a stock within the same day. That is the same thing. What is the stop loss you suggest on penny stocks? What is the max stop loss? Well, I think with this $1,000 challenge, you should really be cutting losses at 1 to 1.5%. The reason why is because you should be locking in profits from 2.33% to 2.5%. Well, I don't know about E-Trade, but I know Fidelity has a $4.95 commission fee, and that's by Hearst TV. Do you know how to fly an airplane? I do not know. So by Rick2 says, been learning about RSI indicators and was wondering, just because the stock is near 30 doesn't mean that you should be buying. Correct. The reason we created this criteria list, or the primary picks, is just because you have to have a series of, in a sense, criteria, not just one thing. And in doing so, not just the RSI, because RSI is a certain indicator that can, in a sense, indicate a good buy, but it's not going to be 100% all the time. So then you have to use EMA and support, resistance, and different indicators like that can really help you out when identifying a good buy point and a good sell point. So 100%, it's not always 100% on if you should be buying or selling, solely just on RSI. Do I believe on 9/11? I don't. Yeah, I don't. Do you plan on trading with larger positions in the future? Of course. As my account continues to increase, of course I'm gonna continue to accommodate that with the type of style I am, with the type of trader that I am. And that's Master Blaster 222. The only reason I'm not going to answer that is just because I don't think that has to do anything with what we're doing right now. ¿Por qué te pareces a James Rodriguez? So he's asking me, he's like, ¿Por qué te pareces a James Rodriguez? Which means, why do I look like James Rodriguez? I actually don't know who that is. Any thoughts on binary options? I don't know anything about binary options, so I'm not too familiar with that. How does one trade pre-market hours? You have to have access to pre-market hours. So Robinhood Gold will allow you access to pre-market and after-market hours. What's the biggest profit that you've ever made? Well, it depends if you're talking about this year or overall in my life. So that is actually the video that I'm going to be making. So good question. Can you show me how I can trade options? I don't know how to do that. James Rodriguez is a football player from Real Madrid. Isn't that? Oh, that's a soccer team. Do I plan shorting in the future? Of course.
What's the biggest profit you made in your life?
Well, yeah, that's one that I'll answer later on.
Ooh, here you go.
Do I have any videos on EMA? I do have a video on EMA and SMA, so that's under my helpful video playlist. Do there will be an even bigger sell-off on JNUG before the split? I think the split, because it's not just JNUG that's taking that split, it's JNUG, NUGT, and another, and JDST that's actually doing the split. So they're all doing a 1/4 reverse stock split. So I think that's gonna help everything out and just inflating the price. How long have I been trading? Since the age of 14. When did you start seeing profits? If I want to actually talk about when I started seeing profits in the $3,500 I lost and all that, I think it took like 3-4 years or something like that until I really, from when I started, because I would take time off, and then I got back into it, and then I started learning from it. So I think about 3 to 4 years until I really saw, in a sense, a return, right? And I think that's one of the biggest things that you guys can take from that is, with time comes, in a sense, reward. And the more you learn, the better that you'll do. Mig is asking a question. What is he asking? He says, my questions keep getting ignored. I'm really sorry, man. I didn't mean to skip your...
Way up here.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Me either. All
right there. What broker do you personally use besides Robinhood for the 1K challenge? That's the only broker I'm going to use for the 1K challenge, but I actually have a TD Ameritrade broker. I do use Fidelity as well. Fidelity is the one that I have funded. Guys, just because my car is already is finishing up, this is going to be it for today's helpful video. So I hope this Q&A helped those that were asking it, as well as for those that are watching, and hopefully it answers some frequently asked questions within, just trading and the different types of investing. I actually like that question. I'm gonna end it with that. What are your top 5 beginner tips for trading? I think the biggest thing that it comes down to is you're gonna have to dedicate a lot of time and not seeing really a return, especially when it comes to doing that paper trading or simulation trading. So don't be afraid to dedicate time for actually quite long period of time. Until you actually see a return. Again, you have to really understand and learn the market until you become successful. And then set up criteria that your stocks have to meet. Set up a plan every single time you guys trade. Be patient and then be realistic. That's the biggest thing. And then the last thing is don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask questions and share best practices, because that's really what makes you and can expose you to new opportunity and make you, in a sense, a whole different level type of trader. So overall, thank you guys again. If you guys liked this type of style of video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Feel free to give the video a thumbs up. And again, feel free to subscribe if you guys can. If you guys want to join TechBit Solutions, the link is provided for you down below. So I wanted to introduce you guys. This is the owner of Elite Tires. So this is him. So if you guys want to say what's up, he's actually the one that helped me out with the Z06.
Hey, I gotta move my truck really
Okay, sounds good. But overall, thank you guys again so much. I can't thank you guys enough again for putting time aside. I hope you guys, like always, end the week on a green note. And that's pretty much it. Let me know what else you guys would like to see to help you guys out any way that I can. Appreciate it. Hope you guys take care, and bye.